All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. This is Vonda Downs, Executive with SendOutCards. It is Friday, March 8th, and welcome to our call today. We're actually going to be going through some specific scenarios on how to build your business. If you're in the real estate business or a mortgage business, we're going to be sharing about a tool that really helps you to stay in touch and express appreciation to your clients. And we're going to give you some simple ideas that will help you be effective that really don't take too much of your time. It's really automating systems, and it's also having a system that's in place, ready to use, spur of the moment, so that you can really act on the different needs that you have coming up on a daily basis. So in getting started, I just want to give you a little bit of an introduction of what we're talking about. We also have a couple of speakers on the call today as well that are going to share with you how they've been using this system in their business and how it helps them to stay in touch and also helps them to target specific markets. So first of all, if you're looking at building relationships in your business, building relationships is the most important thing to do if you're in a service type of industry. So in real estate or mortgage or insurance, these are all industries that are all about building relationships. And the better that you become at building relationships, staying in touch, the more you're going to be receiving repeat business and referral business. You really create loyalty with your clients when they know that you care about them and that they feel that they're getting a great service and that you really have their best interest in mind. So we're going to be talking about 3 different types of ways to stay in touch. First of all, I'm just going to share with you about just putting positive emotional deposits into your relationships. What do I mean by that? Positive emotional deposits. You know, everything that we do in our business, we have the potential to put in a positive deposit or a negative deposit, or sometimes neutral, but most of the time really what we do is either giving off a positive or a negative response to the people we're communicating with. And if you take a look at several of the different motivational speakers and leaders, you've probably heard of Brian Buffini. Brian Buffini talks about how building relationships is the most important thing in your business, and he recommends that you take the time to send 50 cards a month, 50 cards that may just be thank you for the appointment, thank you for the listing presentation, thank you for the referral, or it could be, congratulations when you hear about a client getting a promotion or maybe having a new baby, getting married, getting engaged. So there are different things that you could send out a card to, but a heartfelt message of just appreciation to your client. Also, Tom Hopkins talks about the same thing. Tom Hopkins started his real estate career when he was 21 years old, and one of the things that he did was he sent 10 thank you cards a day to people that he would meet in a grocery store or, talk to on the phone. Any reason that he could find to send out a thank you card, he would do it, and he would send out 10 a day. In fact, if you've ever gone to one of his seminars, he has you commit to doing certain things at the end of the day, and one of those is that you'll write at least 5 thank you cards a day, and how impactful and just how powerful it is in building your business. He actually, within 7 years, had built his real estate business to 100% referral. And he really attributes that very much to the fact that he wrote those thank you cards and really expressed appreciation to his clients. And so, really celebrating life with your clients, building a connection, building a relationship is something that is very powerful. Now let me just give you a couple of different examples. You probably, a lot of you may be on Facebook. And if you're on Facebook, people tell you all kinds of things going on in their life on Facebook, right? They tell you about the things that they're celebrating. They tell you when there are challenges going on in their life many times. And so I want to give you a couple of tips. We're right now looking at the screen, and you're looking at the main menu of my SendOutCards account. Now, SendOutCards is an online greeting card and gifting system. So the nice thing about it is it's internet-based, so you can log on from any internet connection, and you are right there at your account. So whether you're at the office, at home, or at your friend's house, and you remember someone that you need to send a card to, it's as simple as logging into your website to be able to send that card. We're going to actually walk you through how to do that in a moment, but before I get to that, I'm going to show you some of the ways that we use SendOutCards to stay in touch with our clients. So I mentioned, using Facebook, like let's say you find out, a client just got engaged or a client just had their first grandbaby. You can actually, on Facebook, you can download the picture, save it on your desktop, and upload it into SendOutCards. So I want to show you an example. I'm going to go over here to the Contacts button, click Find Contact, and I'm just going to pull up a client who I did exactly what I'm sharing with you. These are really great friends of ours as well as clients of SendOutCards. And so they posted pictures of their grandbaby, their first grandbaby, on Facebook. So I'm just going, and one of the things that SendOutCards will do is it will keep track of all of the cards that you send out on, actually for years, all the cards that you send out. So I could actually look and see the date of the cards that we've mailed out to this particular couple. And so I can go and click View, and when I click View, it actually will pull up the card that I sent. So I'm going to go to, I'm drawing a blank on actually there it is, the date of the baby. So he posted, pictures of the new grandbaby. I just downloaded the picture, saved it to my desktop, upload it right into the card. Now in SendOutCards you have different templates that you can use, and so you don't have to be creative. Just pick one of the templates and then drop in your picture. We'll show you how to do that in a minute. But here's the picture and the name of the grandbaby, and then on the inside of the card I put a picture of their daughter with their new grandson, and this is the grandma and her grandbaby and the grandpa, and wrote a note and signed it with our signature. That's one of the things you can do with SendOutCards. I did that within a couple of minutes, click send, it mailed it off to our friends. So that's what I mean by, using Facebook to find, certain things that happen and be able to send out that congratulations card, or you could, it could be a sympathy card or a get well soon card. But really looking to see and staying in touch with clients and finding out things that are going on in their life so that you can let them know you're celebrating with them. And that really goes a long way in building your relationships with your clients. The second title here that we'd like to talk about is staying in touch. So first is making those emotional deposits that are positive in your relationships with your clients. But then secondly, having an automated system to stay in touch after the closing. So one of the things that you find out in real estate is obviously sometimes the average length of time that a person stays in a home is 5 to 7 years. And if you do not have a system in place to stay in touch during those 5 to 7 years, then they will forget your name, they'll forget who you are. That's the number one reason that the National Association of Realtors found that the person doesn't go back to the realtor that they used before, is I forgot their name. And so having something in place that's automatic will help you to be able to stay in touch. And I have a realtor in Colorado Springs who's going to share with us the couple of campaigns that he uses to stay in touch after closing, and then also he's going to share with us some campaigns that he uses for short sales. And we'd like to welcome to the call Dave Moore. Dave, thanks for being with us.
Hi, Vonda. Hi, everybody. It's pretty clear that most sellers don't remember who their realtor was because they don't stay in touch. And if you can read in almost anything, it'll tell you the NAR and everything else will tell you that's where it happens. What we're going to do is show you a system that you can start from the time the people close on their new house and take them on through up to 7 years. So you got it pretty much covered. It's a Dave Beeson written system. It's a letter system. Vonda, you want to open up year 1 through 1 and 2?
Absolutely. So I just went to cards, clicked on campaigns. So we're going to go down to the Dave Beeson campaigns.
Right.
Year 1 and 2.
Okay, and then go ahead and open card 1 when you get to it, but scroll down a little bit, and you'll see that there's 24 cards here. That means one of them goes out every month. They're written just to stay in contact with your people. And here in this one, you'll see you can put your own message in there. You can personalize this. You actually can, if you load up your signatures, can put your actual signature in these, and you can kind of make them any way you want. You can put first name, and in most cases, the way I use them, this is the basic campaign, but it'll say first name, spouse's first name, and I'll put both of those in there, and give them a little letter, a little card. I like to send them something. I know I've probably given them a closing gift, but this is just kind of to remind them. Maybe send them a little box of brownies with it, or some lemon poppy cake, or just anything. So they used to have some tea towels. I haven't used those for a while, so I'm not sure they're still there. So then you send, and all you do is once you hit the closing, you go back to your office and you activate this campaign, and you send it to that seller. They'll get a card, or the buyer, I apologize. They'll get a card, and every month. Now, if you feel that's more like stalking, then you can take out every other card and have a card go every 2 months. Not a problem. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, but it's all automatic. You can go through and edit any one of these cards, and you can put something personal about it. You could add the picture of their new house on the first one if you'd like to, but there's things you can do, and then whatever you do it, because now you're going to stay in contact. They're going to remember you. And then the campaign will then go on to years 3 and 4, 4 and 5 and 6, and then year 7. So you can carry this campaign out for 7 years. You don't have to put it all in at once. You can put the 2 years in to begin with, and it's on.
And compare neighboring sold listings. There's no obligation. Schedule your free comparative market analysis with Exit Realty Blaine Associates. And
you are now muted.
Somebody put us on hold. Anyway, are you still there, Vonda?
Yes. I just muted everybody else. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
And I will just jump in there for a second. So, as Dave is, explaining and showing you this campaign that he uses, now here's how simple that would be to, send this. So after closing, Dave has mentioned, run back, when you get back to the office, start the campaign. You simply go to contacts, find a contact, or if you don't already have them in your SendOutCards system, you can click Add New Contact and put in the person's name, or add just their name and address, and then literally you pull up that person. Let's say it's Dave and Maureen that just closed on their house. So I can uncheck everyone, just choose Dave and Maureen Moore, go up to select campaign, and then I can just go down and I have the Dave Beeson first 2 years and click Send Campaign to Checked. That's it. And then you're automatically staying in touch every month for 2 years with that one click of the button. And that you would do that, you'd be staying in touch with that client for 2 years for about $24. So amazing price, automated, you're automatically staying in touch. And then just make a note, keep track so that in 2 years, if you're ready to put them on year 3 and 4. So that's how simple that is. And also, Dave is going to share about some target marketing, but before he does that, I also have an Allstate agent on the line with us. She also has been using the SendOutCards system for several years, quite a few years, and she uses it to stay in touch on a relationship building way as well. And so I would like to introduce Catherine. Do we have you on the call?
You sure do.
Hey, Catherine, and I'm just kind of pulling up a quick shot of your website. This is Catherine Davis, and her office she's out of Longmont and Boulder, and is very effective at using SendOutCards. So, Catherine, would you just share some of the ways that you've stayed in touch and what value you've seen in the system?
Of course, I would love to. I've been using SendOutCards for I don't know how long, like she said, it's been years. I couldn't even tell you. Probably I've had my agency for 10 years. I've probably been using SendOutCards 7 of those 10 years, and we love it. So we work actually with a lot of realtors and mortgage lenders. A key part of building our business is working referral relationships with mortgage lenders and realtors. And so for one, we use it to send out referral gift cards as well as thank you cards, of course. It's great because there are different ones to choose from, so I don't have to necessarily only, I can actually ask the mortgage lender, would you like a Starbucks card or would you like a Cheesecake Factory gift card, because there's different ones to choose from. So I love it for that reason. And then as the other speakers were saying, we use it a lot for thank you cards, and it is wonderful because I can be, as you guys are, I imagine you're all over the place. You could be, you probably could be doing business even while you're on vacation. So it's wonderful to just be able to log on from anywhere and send out a thank you card or a sympathy. We send out a lot of cards at my offices, so we, if we know somebody has had a loss in their family, get well cards, baby cards, we send out at my office. We send out baby books when we know someone's pregnant, or if they've had, a baby. We send out baby books, and if we send those out, we'll also, if we send that out when they're pregnant, then we'll send out a SendOut card for a baby card later on. And what I love about SendOut cards is that there are signature. We've uploaded all of my staff signatures, so we actually signed our names individually, and they are in there. And I don't know if we can show them that, but they're in there. So what's great about that is if we are going to send out a get well card, because I have 2 locations, one person can basically choose the card, sign everybody's name for each, because we just we just click that we want the card to signed by everybody, and our actual signatures go on there without me having to take that physical card from one office to the other and have everybody sign it. So it's very efficient that way. And like I said, I could be on spring break with my kids at the end of March, and I can still send out any kind of card I'd like without having to wait until I get back to the office, as well as, of course, the convenience of not having to go to Safeway every time I needed a card, or Target. The other way I use it, and this is really, really big, is I use it a lot to send out gifts. So if I have there are different gifts in there, but the one I love the most is I love to send the dozen cookies that are in there. I think at the end of the day, when I send out a card along with a box of cookies, it costs me, I think about $15 to $20 is what it costs me. Honestly, I can't buy, the cookies are excellent. They're really good. If I can just be, give that testimonial. And I don't order they didn't used to have Mrs. Fields, and I believe we have Mrs. Fields now. Isn't that right?
Yeah,
but I don't order
have it on the screen here for you.
Okay, so I don't order the Mrs. Fields. I order the ones that are not Mrs. Fields, but they're as good as Mrs. Fields, and people love them. I always get a phone call as soon as they get those cookies. And honestly, I can't buy those cookies for $20 at Mrs. Fields. But and so for me to only spend $15, $20 to send them with a card, I don't have to go get them at Mrs. Fields. I don't have to go ship them at FedEx and be worried that they'll spoil before they get there. It's well worth, it's well worth my money to spend that because it's so much cheaper. So I love it. It's such a wow when we do that. We've sent them to mortgage lenders, to realtors, to clients that are sick, or clients for whatever special reasons they have. I had someone to help me with my landlord here at the office. Helped me with something. I sent it to her. And she immediately called me, and they just love them. So that's a big wow for me. And I know, I've sent things like the tea. There's a tea basket in there because I have a client that I've had for years who was really, really sick, and so I just sent him a basket of tea bags. There's different things in there too, but the one I love the most are the cookies. And then one of the other ways I used it to, and probably the last thing I'll talk about, is I do use it for invitations because we do a lot of client events at my office, whether it's, and then we also do a lot of events with lenders and realtors. So it's so easy because I can create one card. I upload my Excel spreadsheet of who I want to send the invitation to, and sometimes I've used postcards just because it's cheaper, as well as I think it's easier for people to read. Sometimes I've used actual cards, and I'm done in no time. Like, I don't know, how long does that take, Vonda? Probably 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, along with creating the card. And I just did one recently. I sent out, I think we sent out 1,000 invitations to clients for a seminar we were doing, and I was done in 10 minutes. It was wonderful. So those are the top ways that we use it. And for me, my entire staff uses it. Actually, I'm not the only one who uses it. They all have access to this, to my account, and so they all have authority to, if they happen to talk to a client today and someone, they lost someone in their family, they go in there and they do the card, sign all of our names, and so everyone has access to it. So for those of you that have a team, it's wonderful.
Wow, that's great. You can tell even just from listening to you talk, Catherine, you really shine through that relationships are so important to you, and that you really treat people special, and that's why you're so successful in your business. And, we do have a lot of realtors and mortgage brokers on the line today, so if they wanted to plug into some of your seminars, are those mostly offered in the Boulder and Longmont area?
Mainly in the Boulder County area, yes. But I would love to connect with the realtors that are on the line. I think you flashed my, you flashed my website. So if you guys want to reach out to me, that'd be great.
Wonderful. Thanks so much for sharing with us, and thanks so much, and congratulations on your success in using the system.
Thank you. I love your idea about Facebook, by the way. I'm so going to start doing that.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, I love doing that. In fact, I just did one 2 days ago. I actually got an announcement in the mail of a friend who's also a SendOutCards client who had her first grandbaby, and so she had sent me an announcement. It was a card that she made with SendOutCards, and so then I went onto Facebook, grabbed some of the pictures of her with her new grandbaby, and sent them a congratulations. And you can also send a baby gift, then a card that I sent to the mom that was a baby gift. When, as Catherine was saying, under the gift section, we looked at gourmet foods with Catherine for the cookies, which are wonderful, and yes, such a great price. You couldn't do it yourself cheaper.
Can't do it yourself, yeah. And honestly, I send it to myself sometimes just to make sure, for quality control that they're still really good. But the other way, you know what? Another way I actually send it to my staff sometimes. Like if I'm going to be on vacation, if I want a trip, I will send them those cookies so that they arrive around Tuesday or Wednesday of that week that I'm gone.
Oh, how
so,
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice. And then you'll see here there's a baby gift and a for kids gift. There's some really neat gifts. I actually did this tickle monster for our daughter on her 6-year-old birthday. Really a cute book, and for baby stuff under there too. So you can also send baby gifts or whatever you might need, spur of the moment. I think being busy, even for our personal needs, whether it be a friend having a baby or, someone getting married, you can send a gift card to American Express or, it's just so much easier than having to stop what you're doing and your busy schedule and get to the store and then get it mailed at the post office. So this is more convenient, less expensive, so great thing to use for business and for personal needs. So, well, thanks again, Catherine, for joining us. And Dave is actually going to talk then a little bit more about target marketing. So for realtors specifically, he has some campaigns that he has used. So Dave, would you share with us how you target particular types of individuals with your campaigns?
Certainly. That was excellent on the customer follow-up and everything. That was great. And I'm going to try the cookies. I haven't tried them yet. One of the couple of things that we do, I do foreclosures and short sales. I do some of that. I don't know if any of you do. It's a lot of work, but pretty lucrative. So I have an NED, Notice of Election and Demand, campaign that I use, and it's the 5-day one. If you could open that up, and there you go, cards every 5 days. Okay, this is a campaign that I use when I'll go through the public trustee list several times a week, and when I particularly see people in areas that I'm interested in working in. If I did all of them, I'd have millions of cards out there. But I kind of look at properties that I'd like to help the people like to do something. I look up their name under the public records, and I can put their name and address into the card, like Vonda showed you before. Instead of it's the buyer, this time it's somebody who maybe wanted to sell their house or wants some help from you. So I created a series of 5 cards. I specifically have them sent out every 5 days. So if they get one on Tuesday of this week, they're not going to get it Tuesday of next week. They're going to get it a few days off. So it kind of comes in an irregular pattern, so it isn't always delivered on the same day. And if you want to open up card 1, there we go. Card 1 is just to kind of introduce myself, tell them I noticed that their property had gone into foreclosure, had been on the notice of election in demand, and that if there's anything I can do, I'm in the area. I work with people around here, and just send them a nice soft message letting them know I'm here, and then let me know if I might be able to help you. There you go. When we transferred it over, my signature comes up on mine, but when you transfer it to your campaigns, if you download it from somebody else, yours won't be. But that's exactly what it would be like Don and Vonda there. So then I just hit send, and 5 cards will go out. If the people call me midway through and say, hey, Dave, we're doing this or we're doing this, we don't need it anymore, or if they say, hey, come on over and talk, then I'll stop the campaign, and the next thing they're going to get is a thank you letter, like Vonda had talked about earlier, a thank you letter for allowing me to come over and talk to them. Hopefully by that time I've got the property listed and we're well on the way to making everybody happy. But the 5 campaign is pretty good. You can do it in postcard. We've uploaded the postcard version as well. So if you just want to send postcards, that works real fine. And you can make these any way you want to. They do have my information on here. So if you're going to send them out, I guess I'm going to have to work in your area as well with my name. Anyway, no, you edit, put it in the way you want to. If you want their last name, the system will allow you to put their last names instead of their first. Just depends on how formal or informal you want to be. I like a little bit softer approach to most people. So that's the notice of election in demand. One of the other sources for leads is the expired listings. We've got a campaign for that, and matter of fact, we've got a couple of those. Vonda has one from a realtor up in the north of Denver, and we have one that I've got here, and we'll find it here in a second. And it's, I think,
one, or you want me to show the one I have?
Oh, go ahead and show yours. Yeah, you can show the Beeson ones, and they're just slightly different. This is from a realtor up in the Denver area, and he has a campaign that he's developed for it. If you'll open his card 1, I think it's all the way on the bottom. Nope, I'm wrong. There we go. He puts his photo in there. He puts a capture of his card. He puts that in there. And again, you can see he uses a pretty soft approach. He uses their first names. Again, you can make this fit the way you work. Customize it. You can use. We have one from Dave Beeson that's already written, and it's very generic. It doesn't have your photo in there yet, but you can add that and your information, your contact information. Again, this is a. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just was going to say a great example of, I have people sometimes asking, can I put my business card in? And this is a great example of, this is actually what he has on his business card. And so you can scan that in. It looks really nice. And so it's got that, they're able to see your information. And then you'll notice he has typed his contact information here as well on the card. So, with any of these, you can create your own multiple card campaign and use your own ideas. But at the end of the call, I am going to also give you these campaigns that we have shared today for free. So you can take them and then just tweak them with your information, and it gives you at least a place to start. And so we'd like to, give those to you so that you can then customize them for yourself. So stay on the call. I'll tell you how to get those here in just a minute.
Okay. I also use just listed cards. We don't have an example of them in here, I don't think. But I typically put a picture of the house on because I want to bring people's attention. You can use postcards. You can use those. And it's it's more like I create them one at a time, and then I load the, which I can get from the title company. I can get the area around the house and send them a just listed card. See if they know anybody that would like to move to their neighborhood. People come over all the time and say, geez, I love it over here. But it's just a good way of contacting. Same thing with the just moved. Once they've closed, once your client is closed, they can send a moved letter out or a moved postcard out. I just helped somebody yesterday do one, and we just got it yesterday, and we did it a few days ago, and it really turned out great. It was pretty simple. It just says we've just moved. This is where we're at. Here's our address. And just to let them know that the family has moved. They're at a new location. One of the other things that's not in here is I use thank you cards a lot. I sent out a batch of thank you cards for referrals that I had gotten in in December, and sent them all a box of brownies. And I get calls. I get the husbands of the realtors that I send to them that I happen to know. Oh my goodness, those were great brownies that you sent. And it's just, and from that, I've got several more referrals just from that group of 5. And over Valentine's Day, just before Valentine's Day, I hit 15 realtors with either the brownies, the pack of brownies, or the lemon poppy seed. And I've gotten 3 referrals, and I'm just before the call, I'm working on another one, setting up an appointment to list a house and help them buy a new house. So a little bit of sugar goes a long way, and the cards just rock their world when they come. Most of them will call me or they'll email me. If not, when I see them next time, they're, oh my goodness, that was great, thank you so much, and they remember to give me referrals. So the thank you cards go a long ways.
Wow, that's amazing. That from your Valentine's brownies that you sent out, you've already gotten 3 referrals. That's wonderful. So staying in touch and being giving, the natural law of attraction is, right, if you give to someone, what does that person naturally want to do back? They want to give back, right? That's how we're made. That's how we're created. If someone gives to you over and over again, it's like, wow, you just naturally want to give back. And so one of the principles that we really teach with SendOutCards is using the system to send out to give. Really the power of this system, there are lots of different advertising, products that you can just send out to advertise yourself. But what makes SendOutCards so effective is really using it to simply give to your relationships, your clients, your prospects. Let them know you care. Stay in touch so that naturally they're going to want to send back and give back to you as well. So I love that. Thanks so much, Dave, for sharing that example, and congratulations as well on your success in business that you're bringing in.
Vonda?
Yes.
Can I say one more thing?
Absolutely.
Back in September, I just sent a thank you card out and letting people know what was going on with me and everything, and I think I sent 10 or 12 of them out. And I'm just going to tell you, the brownies don't get old, and I'm going to explain that. I sent these cards out, I think, in September, and I had the guy, he's a real estate agent, and he called me on the way to the airport yesterday and said, I've got somebody you got to go talk to. They have 2 houses to sell, and they're going to buy a new house with us. Can you help them take care of them? I sent him a box of brownies like in September, and just basically thanking him for for everything. I got 2 listings yesterday from that. So
wow.
Brownies don't get old. They ate them, but the brownies don't get old.
Ha ha ha. Yeah, we put special ingredients in the brownies to make people want to send you referrals. So yeah, no, just kidding. But yeah, that's fantastic. So 2 new listings off of that. That's wonderful. That's great. Well, thanks so much for both Dave and Catherine for sharing with us just the impact. I mean, these are just, these are 2 individuals who've been using SendOutCards for years, and they are effective at using it. And we want to pass those ideas on to everyone else because it's all about really using it to increase your business and to be effective. And also it just feels good. It feels good to be giving as well. And so let's just talk for a bit here as we finish out. Well, how do you get an account? Some of you are on the call because maybe a realtor or insurance or mortgage broker invited you to the call. And what I'd like to share is we have really a unique opportunity for you to be able to participate in using the SendOutCards system. And we even have a way for you to be able to use it for free. How would you like that? If you like getting referrals and listings and repeat business, that's going to obviously be increasing your income through your business. But if you can then even use it for free, well, wow, now you've got a win-win, right? So we're going to show you how that you can do that. Now, whoever invited you to the call, hopefully they gave you a code. You need that code to be able to get your account set up, as well as once you have your account set up, then we're going to show you how to get these campaigns loaded into your account for free so that you can get started working with it very effectively. So first of all, what you're going to do is you're going to put in SendOutCards.com / and the code that the person gave you that invited you to the call. When you do that, you're going to see a simple page, step 1, 2, and 3, that are right here on this website. And when you scroll down to the bottom of that page, you'll also see that there are videos to watch, like our little video on more about our products, more about our opportunity. So you can watch some of those if you'd like. But if you're ready to get started, you just click Join Now, this red button at the bottom. When you click that, you're going to see the different options available to you. And you can get started one of 2 ways. You can have a customer account, and you can pay for your cards and gifts as you go at less than you would spend at the store or any other company option. We have the best prices I've ever seen for anything that's comparable. And also the second way that you can get started is with our Marketing Distributor Package, the MD account we call it. And that package gives you the ability to buy your cards at the lowest price, as well as get 5% back in check form every month on all the cards and gifts that you mail out. So you get 5% off of the lowest price by getting that check back. And you also, for that one-time $3.95, you also, that's not a monthly charge or a yearly charge. That's a lifetime. You pay $3.95 once, and then you have an account that you're able to get the 5% back on everything you spend, as well as you can refer this to other people. I'm sure you have friends who are also in the business, and you might want to share good ideas with each other from time to time. So when you share SendOutCards with them, they can get started as well, and you'll also make back a percentage of the cards and gifts that they send, just as a thank you for helping them get started. And so you can very easily have the system pay for itself. In fact, the monthly subscription options, you have a preferred customer option for $31 a month. That gives you 31-cent points, which what that means is you use your points to send out cards and gifts. Like a postcard is 1 point, a 2-panel card is 2 points, a 3-panel card is 3 points. And when you do upload pictures and customize the card, you can upload as many pictures as you want. It just adds 1 point to the cost of the overall card. So a regular 2-panel card that you would buy at the store for $3 or $4 is only 62 cents with SendOutCards. And you add your stamp to that. So it's about $1 out the door. Amazing, amazing price. That's our preferred package. Our retail package, if you just want to try out a few cards and not get as many, $9.80 a month will give you 20 points to use, and your points are 49 cents. So you're paying a little bit more for your point, but a 2-panel card is still 98 cents plus your stamp. So obviously the best value would be to go ahead and go with that $31 account, but it's totally up to you, whichever you think you'll use the most. The neat thing is that there is no contract with SendOutCards. Literally you could try either one of these, the preferred customer account or the retail, and try it for a month, try it for 2 or 3. It's pay as you go. If you decide that this isn't as valuable as Catherine and Dave have shared with you, you can stop your monthly subscription anytime you want. And any of the points that you bought, you do not lose them. You have a whole year to use them before they expire. So there's nothing to lose in trying out SendOutCards. It's simple, super simple. Also, another really cool thing, if you want to get the best price on your cards, but you think, well, I might not actually use 100 points a month, those points can be used for cards, postcards, or gifts. So that would be like 50 regular stock cards. So that would be your Brian Buffini 50 thank you cards a month. Or it would be 33 picture cards if you want to personalize those, which 60% of our cards are personalized because they are impactful going out that way. Or, as Catherine was sharing, sending gifts. A box of cookies would be 40 points. So that could be, some cards as well as a couple of boxes of cookies that go out each month. So you probably could use $31 a month in sending out cards and gifts for your business. But if you didn't, they bank and roll to the next month. So you can actually accumulate your points. So let's say next month you're wanting to send out a mailing. Well, you can accumulate them and mail them as you need them as you go through the year. So even if you accumulated some between now and Christmas, you're probably going to use all your points at Christmas. So you have a whole year from the time you purchase points to use those before they expire. So really simple way to get started. Now, if you do the marketing distributor account, as I mentioned, you get another 5% back on what you're spending. Also, it comes loaded with 100 bonus points, and you get a website like the one that I went to that has a step 1, 2, 3. You have a code that anyone who goes to SendOutCards puts in your code. It will automatically show you referred them, and that then will also pay you back commission on every card and gift. That address, SendOutCards.com, with your code is also on the back of every card that you mail out. So every time you're just mailing out, just using the system, sending out to give, then someone could look at the back of that card and want to know how you did that, and they could go to that website, and whatever they purchase on your site pays you for recommending it to them or just using the product and they went on and did it themselves. So the $3.95 is certainly the best opportunity. Another thing that SendOutCards does for you, if you have the $3.95 account, and then let's say you introduce it to several people in your office and they all just sign up for a $31 account. Once you have 3 people signed up for a $31 account, SendOutCards gives you 100 points for free every month, month after month after month. So as long as you've got 3 people using it for $31 a month, you're getting 100 points for free. So it's such a great way to use the system. Many of us that are sharing here, from the day one that my husband and I started using SendOutCards, we shared it the first week with several of our closest relationships and said, wow, you got to check this out. They've been using it ever since. And so from the beginning, it more than paid for the cards and gifts that we sent out on a monthly basis. So you can also invite people to the webinar, and they can get ideas from other realtors or insurance or mortgage brokers that use it. And if you have some great tips, we'd love to have you as one of our guests on the call. And that way we can all invite people to call and share, and everybody can be really effective at using the system. So once you go on, if you do not have a SendOutCards account, you need to go ahead and go to SendOutCards.com / and the code that the person gave you that invited you to the call. go down and click on Join Now. It'll show you these options. Go ahead and click Join Now if you want a customer account right here at the top, or Join Now if you want the marketing distributor account so that you can refer it to others and get paid back for doing that. So choose one of those. Fill in the blanks. It's pretty simple. At the very end of the process, it's going to give you either a customer number or a distributor code. Both of those are numbers. As soon as you get that number, here's how you're going to get the free campaigns that we've shared about on the call today. So if you are already signed up as a customer or distributor of SendOutCards, then you can go ahead and use your customer or distributor number to get the free campaigns. But if you're not signed up, you'll need to do that first because we need to have a place to send these campaigns. So once you have that code, here's what you're going to do. I'll show you that, and then we'll end up the call. So I'm going to go ahead and log out of my account. So when you want to get these campaigns sent over into your account, you're just going to go to SendOutCards.com. Just SendOutCards.com. Click Login, and then I'm going to give you a username and password. It's DOWNSTEAM. It's our last name, Downs Team. So it's Downs Team, all run together as one word, is the username. And then it's Downs Team as the password as well. So Downs is DOWNS Team, T-E-A-M, all run together. So just put that in as the username and the password, and then log in. And then what you're going to see is this is just a sample account that we've set up so that we can share these campaigns with you. So when you go in here, you're just going to go to Cards on the red toolbar, click on Campaigns. When you do that, you're going to see several campaigns that are here in this sample account. Now what I'd like to say to you is don't edit anything that's in the account. But here's how you share it with yourself. And then once you share it with yourself, then of course you can edit it. So the campaigns, there are other campaigns that we didn't talk about today. You're welcome to share anything in our account with yourself. But the ones that we did talk about today and we highlighted, Dave Beeson Expired's campaign. If you would like that campaign, just click the Share button over to the right. Put in your either customer or distributor ID number right here, and then click Share Campaign. And that's going to put this expired campaign right into your SendOutCards account. And if you want the Stay in Touch After Closing, that's Dave Beeson year 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7. So it gives you 7 years of cards, enough to where you could send a card a month. So you can go over and click Share, put in your ID number, and send it over into your account. Also, Dave Moore shared the 5-card campaign. He also has 2 other campaigns if you want to share those with yourself. And we do have some other businesses that we've also highlighted on our calls, hair salons. If you want to look at any of these, you're welcome to do so. Just click Share, send them to your account, and you have them for yourself. Now you want to go into your account, and when you first go into your account, I'm going to now go ahead and log out of this one, and I'm going to go into my account. When you share them with yourself, then log back into your account. Go to SendOutCards.com, click Login, put in your username and your password. You're going to have a message pop up right here on your main menu that says someone has sent you a campaign. Click here to accept. And of course you're going to click on that. Also you can just go up to your red toolbar, and where it says Cards, underneath it says Campaigns. Click on that, and you'll also have a message at the top here that says someone has sent you a campaign. Click here to accept, and you accept each one, and then you're going to see those right here. You can rename them if you want by clicking on the campaign and just right here renaming it, going down and clicking Save Campaign. So that's our call for today. I'm going to just go over to the chat online. If you have a question, then please go ahead and chat with us. I'll also open up the lines if you want to ask a question, and then we'll wrap up the call. So hold on, I'll unmute the lines.
You are now unmuted.
All right, thanks everybody for being on the call. Are there any questions that we could answer for you before we wrap up? We must have been really clear. That's great. And I don't see a chat coming through, so sounds like we must have been pretty clear on everything. So thanks so much for joining us, everyone, and we wish you all the best in using the SendOutCards system. And please join us again. We offer this call on the second Friday, 11 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. So if you would like to receive an invite to this call on a regular basis, just send me an email, VondaDowns@SendOutCards.com. And I'll make sure that I put you on the list, and you can use that to invite anybody that you know to the call as well. So thanks again for joining us, everybody. Have a great day and a fantastic weekend.